Frank Lentini, the three-legged man, was born in Sicily in 1889 with severe congenital anomalies, 3 legs, 4 feet, and 2 sets of functional genitalia. Lentini faced societal challenges due to his unique condition. Despite this, he led an extraordinary life, marrying and having children. His story is a haunting reminder of human diversity and the resilience of those who defy conventional norms, turning his perceived abnormalities into a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow, infamous outlaws during the Great Depression, led a reign of terror across America. Responsible for numerous robberies, kidnappings, and murders, they became symbols of lawlessness. Their violent demise in a police ambush immortalized them in American folklore, but their trail of bloodshed left a chilling legacy of crime and desperation. In 1985, a great white shark swam to the shore in Australia and bit Shirley Ann Durden in half, tearing both legs from body, as her 4 children and husband watched on. Then, moments later, the shark returned to her floating torso and ate that too. Her body was never recovered. During the Vietnam War in 1967, a U.S. soldier posed with a giant jungle centipede. These arthropods are known for their size and venomous bite, adding to the dangers faced by soldiers in the dense jungles of Vietnam. In 2020, a 20-year-old Mexican woman was shot and lost her life in a tragic accident while filming a fake kidnapping for TikTok. Arelene Martinez, who had previously posted other phony abductions on TikTok, was accidentally shot in the head while filming a video in the city of Chihuahua. At least 10 people were present when Martinez, bound and tied to a chair, began struggling with her fake captors, and the .45 caliber handgun went off, striking her in the head. Martinez was the mother of a 1-year-old child. The Bradford City Stadium fire erupted during a Football League 3rd Division match on Saturday, May 11th, 1985, at Valley Parade Stadium in Bradford, England. The blaze killed 56 spectators and injured at least 265. Within less than 4 minutes, windy conditions caused the fire to engulf an entire stand, trapping some people in their seats. Many were burned to death at the turnstile gates, which had been locked after the match began. Azam Mangori, age 24, killed Lorraine Cox, age 32, in his apartment above a kebab shop in Exeter, UK, in September 2021. Mangori, of a Stoke-on-Trent address, was found guilty of murder by a jury at Exeter Crown Court after he admitted preventing a lawful burial. He was sentenced and will serve at least 20 years in jail. Meet the most disturbing creatures that exist in the deepest parts of our oceans. The anglerfish, dwelling in darkness. The female lures prey with a glowing lure, while the male fuses to her, becoming a parasite. Next, the gulper eel. With an expandable mouth, it gulps prey much larger than itself in the abyssal depths. Then we have the viperfish, sporting large fangs and bioluminescent photophores. It's an eerie predator of the deep. And the blobfish. Appearing gelatinous at depth, it transforms into a saggy, less photogenic form when brought to shallower waters. Lastly, the deep-sea hatchetfish. Adapted with silvery bodies, they possess upward-facing eyes to detect prey in dim light, revealing the mysteries of the ocean's depths. Mind-blowing facts about the human body that you never learned in school. The human body holds astonishing secrets often overlooked in school, from its ability to produce enough saliva to fill 2 bathtubs in a lifetime to the fact that the nose can remember 50,000 different scents. These mind-blowing facts showcase the incredible complexity and wonders of our biology, leaving us in awe of our own existence. This haunting last photo of 40-year-old Roy George Tinash Dikinyai was taken just seconds before he accidentally fell off a cliff at Victoria Falls during an outing with a friend. His remains were later recovered 5 kilometers downstream from the iconic tourist site in Zimbabwe. According to Zimbabwe's Newsday, he and his friend were taking turns photographing the gorge when he accidentally slipped and fell. A fellow tourist recounted, "We were alerted by the woman's scream, and she told us that he had slipped and fallen." One of the 2 known photographs of U.S. President Andrew Jackson was taken in 1845, shortly before his death. The daguerreotype shows Jackson sitting for a portrait at the White House. These rare images offer a glimpse into the physical appearance of one of America's most influential leaders, known for his fiery personality and controversial policies. Brandon Lawson's disappearance is one of the most unsettling and morbid mysteries. In August 2013, the 26-year-old called 911 in a panic, claiming he was being chased through the dark Texas wilderness after his truck ran out of gas on a remote highway. His frantic 911 call hinted at something scary. "I need the cops, please." Yet, when authorities arrived, Brandon was nowhere to be found. Only his truck remained. Despite extensive searches, no trace of Brandon was ever discovered, leaving behind chilling questions and a case that haunts true crime enthusiasts to this day.
Creepy facts. Some fish have human-like teeth. Microscopic mites live on our eyelashes.
What if you vanished without a trace, only to reappear 18 years later? The horrifying ordeal of Jaycee Dugard is a story of unimaginable terror and resilience. In 1991, 11-year-old Jaycee Dugard was abducted while walking to her bus stop in South Lake Tahoe. Held captive for 18 years by Philip Garrido and his wife, she endured abuse and gave birth to 2 daughters in captivity. Rescued in 2009, Jaycee's story is a haunting reminder of the human capacity for both cruelty and survival. Bud Dwyer, a Pennsylvania politician, held a press conference on January 22, 1987, where he faced charges of corruption. Moments before taking his own life on live television, he calmly addressed the crowd, handed out envelopes, then abruptly pulled out a gun and fatally shot himself. The shocking act left viewers traumatized and raised questions about media ethics and mental health awareness. This eerie costume is actually a 16th century scuba suit crafted by Leonardo da Vinci, featuring 2 breathing tubes connected to a cork diving bell that floated on the surface. The suit was designed during da Vinci's time in Venice. It was intended for covert underwater assaults on enemy ships. In 2004, Ukraine's future president Viktor Yushchenko was poisoned with TCDD dioxin, 1,000 times the normal concentration before presidential elections. A dinner with officials was linked to the poisoning. Yushchenko accused David Jvania, his child's godfather, for the attack. Although he survived, he still bears lasting skin scars. Known as the 1,000-yard stare, USMC Private Theodore J Miller's haunted gaze is captured on camera after combat on Eniwetok Atoll in 1944. Despite getting the assistance, Miller tragically lost his life a month later in action. His stare symbolizes the psychological toll of war. Of Princess Diana's fatal car crash in 1997 not only claimed her life, but also that of her bodyguard, Trevor Rees-Jones, and driver Henry Paul. Despite being one of the most closely guarded figures, the tragedy exposed vulnerabilities, even in the highest echelons of security, sparking widespread conspiracy theories and scrutiny of the events leading up to the accident. These are some of the distress calls that were painted onto houses during Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Many refused to evacuate their homes because they weren't allowed to bring any pets into sheltering areas. The Category 5 hurricane ended up taking the lives of around 1,400 people and 500,000 pets. Imagine a peaceful night disrupted by a chilling call for help. Angela Hammond, a vibrant young woman, vanished without a trace. leaving behind a mystery that haunts a small town to this day. In April 1991, Angela Hammond was abducted from a payphone in Clinton, Missouri. Mid-conversation with her fiancé Rob, she screamed, "He's got me!" Despite Rob's desperate chase, Angela was never seen again. Her case remains unsolved, a terrifying reminder of the unknown dangers lurking in the night. In 2019, Elena Struthers Gardner tragically passed away after falling on a metal straw that went through her eye and impaled her brain. In 2015, Amy and Ross Velarde discussed the brutal offings of Amy's family members during an interview, but 8 years later, they were charged with the quadruple homicide. The victims included Amy's mother, stepfather, and 2 elderly relatives. Police found over $60,000 in cash at the Velarde's home, matching the victims' funds. Married just before the offings, they claimed the money was savings from their business. Both are now awaiting trial. The abandoned floating McDonald's, once a novelty restaurant in Vancouver, now sits decaying and forgotten. Inside, mold-covered interiors, rusted machinery, and eerily silent dining areas tell a haunting story. Vandalism and neglect have transformed it into a morbid relic, with rumors of it being haunted. The eerie atmosphere and dark history make it a chilling reminder of a forgotten past. In 1988, Tom and Eileen Lonergan, a young couple from Louisiana, were vacationing in the Coral Sea off the coast of Australia. While scuba diving with a large group in the open ocean, they were unintentionally left behind. The crew didn't realize their absence until 2 days later, on January 27th. Despite search efforts uncovering personal belongings believed to be theirs, the Lonergans were never found, leaving their fate a haunting mystery.